Hello again. So today I'm going to show you how to operate the spare wheel on a 2017 Citroen Grand C4 Picasso. Just under here I've got a full-size spare and it operates on a winch sort of system. So to gain access we're going to open up the boot. And underneath the boot liner, and then we've got seats 6 and 7 hiding. I'm just going to pull at the floor and then that will show the cavity where the tools live. Now when I bought this car I didn't check that they were with the vehicle. So the towing eye and the wheel nut remover, that was all there. However, this special tool to lower the wheel assembly wrench, I suppose, that was missing. So it's this bar here, and the end, it's kind of like a Torx-esque star. It's quite unique, fairly unique to maybe these PSA vehicles, but I couldn't find it anywhere except eBay for 60 quid used. And then somehow I found this online for about £25. So I will link it if I can find where I purchased it from. And then to operate that, I've just got this cheap sort of one-size-fits-all wrench. It's not great, but it works perfectly for this. So rather than the toolbox, it lives in the car. So back under the car, this is the winch system. Now mine's caked in Lanagard because they are prone to rust. That's why it looks so gammy. As is the wheel, just because it's sat here constantly exposed to salt and the road. And then that plastic container, that contains the scissor jack. Obviously ignore the ramps. I've got the vehicle up just to make it easier to film. Alright, let's get this tyre down then. So let's go back into the boot. It's the left-hand side. And just pull up this little flap of carpet, and underneath will be the star for the star that you are. So pop your tool on, and then we're going to crank clockwise. So righty-tighty is loosening the wheel, and we're going to keep cranking until it hits the ground. And then go a little bit further to give yourself a bit of slack, even with the ramps. Look, I've got plenty of cable. And then we're going to pop the center out. So lift the tyre slightly, and you can see this tool here. You can kind of turn it, so it is fiddly, but turn it sideways and pull it out. There we go, and with that release you can just sort of let the tyre go back to the ground and open up this to gain access to your scissor jack. It just slides right off. Now this is quite rusty. Again, it's under the road. It's under the car, getting covered in salt from the road, so it does rust. It would work in a pinch, but I wouldn't want to rely on it too often. But there we go, I can go straight back in to be seen again, until I inevitably get a flat tomorrow, I'm sure. So then remove this cap, so sort of pull it out and it will just open up. Which I'm going to do one-handed, which you probably would have to do anyway underneath the car. So it's very fiddly and you have to do this stuff one-handed, which in my drive it's nice and easy, but on the side of the road, it's just not great, is it? So the steel itself is a bit rusty, but that's to be expected with where it lives. It's always worth checking the quality of tyre. Now I can see this is a Chinesium replacement. One, it's Chinesium, and two, 4420. So it's the 44th week of the year 2020. So it's 6 years old on a 9 or 10-year-old car. And yeah, it's not too bad. It's obviously brand new tread, but it's not cracked, it's not perished. Always worth checking your spare. You don't want to rely on it and then it be flat. And that's it, we're done. So to put it back together, we're going to work in reverse. This goes inside the wheel, which goes through the hole in the thingy-mabob, and then you crank it and up it goes. I suppose you could get rid of this whole plastic jack container and just get your own jack and store it somewhere else. Or I suppose you could go out and buy a nice alloy, a nice fifth alloy, and then have a proper spare on a proper wheel, but at least it's a full size. Some vehicles may have half-size space savers, some may have none at all. This vehicle is 2017, so if you have the pre-facelift, then the AdBlue tank might be in the way. If you've watched my AdBlue guide, you'll see I point out where the other tank would be. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you like this sort of thing, check out the channel. I've got lots more. Click like and subscribe to these people. Look how much fun they're having. You could be like them too. See you next time. Bye.